All right, good morning. I'm Thomas Buchanan. I'm on a water fast. My goal weight is 198.0, and I have just about 2 weeks left to attain that goal. My goal was to reach 198 by December 31st at midnight. However, I have been as sick as a mule all this week, and let's look at the numbers. If you don't already do this, track your weight every day. I only track mine Monday through Friday, but I encourage you to track your weight 7 days a week. This week was a big week. Let's get to my current weight. This is week 27, day 5 of my water fast, and I weighed in this morning at 227.0. 227.0 is where I weighed in. Couple of things. This is a teaching learning channel. Okay? I don't ask you for money. If anyone's asking you for money, it's not me. I don't have a Patreon page. Okay, I'm not referring you to my doctor. I'm not trying to sell you supplements. If you're getting any emails regarding that, they're not me. They're scams. All right. Let's look at the good, the bad, and the ugly. I told you starting last Monday, I was sick as a mule. I caught the flu bug, and I've had my flu shot and all my COVID shots and booster shots, and I'm like a dog. I've had all my shots, and I still got the flu. I got a severe case of the flu. And I'm still not quite over it. I still have the headache from hell, but at least the congestion in the chest is finally clearing up. Well, I told you that whenever I get ill, I gain weight. And I still, to this minute of today, I don't know why I do that. But I don't know why the body reacts like that, but that's just gospel for me. Whenever I get sick, especially seriously sick, I gain weight. It's kind of like I ate a dozen donuts. Well, I didn't do that, but that's the effect illness has on my body. Now, I told you on day 1, week 1 of my very first water fast, I went off everything. I went off thyroid meds. I went off high blood pressure meds. I stopped shooting myself with insulin because I'm an acute diabetic. I just woke up one day and I said, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. What the doctors are doing are not helping. I'm going to get my weight under control. So I'm going off all meds. Well, this week I went back on any kind of over-the-counter med I could buy. I took NyQuil, Dayquil, Robitussin, Tylenol, Excedrin. I probably took 10, maybe 12 different over-the-counter meds to try and handle the headaches, the extreme congestion. At 2 points this week, I thought I was actually going to have to go admit myself to a hospital. I was that ill. So I am better, thankfully, today. My fever has finally broken. I had one of the highest fevers I've ever had. Okay, so this flu bug is not something to play around with. If you are seriously ill, start taking over-the-counter meds. to combat it. Because I even had the flu shot on top of all the meds I took. And I was touch and go there for a few days. Now, the bad news, or the bad side is, the good news is I'm 75% over it. The bad news is, whenever I take meds, I gain weight. Okay, well, I don't lie to you on this channel. Okay, I don't make up numbers on this channel. On last Monday, week 27, day 1, I weighed in at 211.0. Okay? Week 27, day 5, 5 days later, I weighed in at 227.0. That is a 17-pound gain. Okay? I attribute that to the meds that I took. It was either not take the meds and go to the hospital and have them shoot you up full of meds, or go buy some over-the-counter stuff and attempt to medicate myself, which is what I did. Well, the good news is I'm back on my feet. I'm back 75% over this illness, this flu bug. The bad news is I've gained 16, 17, 18 pounds. I weighed in today at 227.0. So take note, well, I still have a little bit of a runny nose also. Take note, though, that if you choose to go the over-the-counter meds and start taking them, you're going to gain weight. Most of you are going to gain weight. It's just something in the meds. I'm not a doctor. Don't pretend to be a doctor. Don't even want to be a doctor. That's just the effect that medicine has on the body. So this week has been a disaster for my weight loss. Okay, I now this morning weighed in at 227.0. There is no way in hell that I can lose 29 pounds in basically 2 weeks. Okay, I can hope to get back down to 225 if I'm extremely lucky, I may get down to 220. And that's probably where I'm going to wind up December 31st. Okay? Now, am I down on myself? Well, I'm disappointed that I caught the flu virus, especially that severe of a virus. You know it had to be bad for me to know that it's either go to the hospital and admit myself, or go buy all the over-the-counter meds I can find and start throwing them at this virus, which is what I did. And with that, and having the understanding that if I do the over-the-counter route and I start trying to battle this virus myself, I'm going to gain weight. And I did. You know, the body is somewhat predictable. So it's frustrating that at this point I don't think I'll reach 198. You know, I think it would be unsafe for me to lose 29 pounds in 2 days. Or I'm sorry, 2 weeks. It's not going to happen, but I tell you all that because I don't want you to get down on yourself. I mean, catching a severe flu virus, catching COVID, you can't get down on yourself. Okay, at some point you've got to put your water fast on hold and manage your health and do what's best for your health. which is what I did. I mean, I didn't go eat a steak, or I didn't go eat 3 donuts or 6 cookies or a bag of potato chips. I just got sick. Don't beat up on yourself for getting sick. This RSV virus going around that the kids are getting, it's nasty. This adult flu virus that's going around, if you've got it or you get it, use caution. It's nasty. It's mean. Okay? But you can't get down on yourself because you catch a virus. Okay? But the flip side of that is you can't say, well, I'm going to put my water fast on hold and go eat a bag of potato chips because I feel like shit. I'm going to go eat a dozen donuts because I feel awful. You can't have that mindset. You've got to say, I'm going to put my water fast on hold until I get over this virus. Now, generally it takes me 2-3 days to get over a virus. This adult flu virus took me 8 days to get over, because I actually caught the adult flu virus mid to late last Thursday. Okay, so it's not something you want to play with. It's something you want to take seriously. So use caution. But for Pete's sakes, don't beat up on yourself. I mean, I look at these numbers and I'm like, wow, I was 211. I was like 12, 13 pounds away from my goal weight, and now I'm at 227. Well, I had to battle this virus. Okay, either I was going to do it or the hospital was going to do it. Life happens. There's nothing you can do. So my attitude is I've got 2 weeks. I've got basically, give or take a day, I've got 12 days to see how much weight I can get back off. Now, it's going to take a day, 2, maybe even 3 days for my body to cleanse itself of all the over-the-counter meds I had to take to get rid of the virus. So it's going to be slow going for a while. But again, I'm extremely hopeful that I can get back down to 225, and if everything goes well, I might get down to the 218, 220 area. Okay. Now, I still have an extreme headache. I still have and someone asked me about the headache. If you remember when you started your own water fast and you went off all coffee, all caffeine, if you remember that headache where your body let you know that it didn't appreciate getting its 2 or 3 or 4 cups of coffee a day because you eliminated coffee from your diet, if you multiply that by 10,000, that's how bad my head hurt. And there just comes a time when you say, I've got to take something for it. I've got to deal with the headache. I've got to deal with the high fever. I've got to deal with the congestion. I've got to deal with the body aches. I've got to deal with the runny nose. I've got to deal with the sore throat. I mean, I had everything that was against me this week. But I stand here before you, and I'm proud of my 227. Okay, and if I have to close out the year at 225, I don't care, because I know I did my very best. if I have to close out the year at 222, I know I did my very best. And you've got to compensate for what life throws at you. But most importantly, and I can't stress this enough, you can't get down on yourself. You cannot get down on yourself. You can't say, I didn't meet my goal for the year. This is stupid. Change the way you look at things. I started my very first water fast going on 3 years ago. I was at 315. If I had to, if I had to turn the clock forward 2 weeks, and I wind up at 225 for my final weight. I went from 315 pounds down to 225. I would say that's a success. So change the way you look at things. Change the way you view things. So that's my status for today. I don't update my channel on Wednesdays. I'm very disappointed to have to stand here and tell you that I took any kind of over-the-counter meds I could take to battle this. But I did. And I'm being honest with you. And if you are as bad in your home as I was here, if you are as sick as I was here, put your water fast on hold and throw everything you can buy at this. Go buy all the over-the-counter meds you can buy and attack this virus and get it out of your body. It's still going to take me a day or two to get over the runny nose, the headaches, and I've got a little congestion left. But, it's a choice I made. I keep it honest on my channel. This is not a week I'm proud of, but I still am standing. So that's my status for today. That's my status for the week. I end the week at 227.0. Hopefully I will not go any higher than that. Like I say, it's going to take a day or 2 or 3 to get all the meds out of my body, but I definitely feel better. I actually sound much better. So that's my status. I always like to end my show with the saying, if you're searching for that one person that will change your life, may I suggest you go look in the mirror. I've changed my life. I've dropped from 315 pounds to 227.0 pounds today. I am that person that changed my life. I didn't rely on a doctor, a spouse, a brother, a sister, okay? It takes you taking action to change your life. Always remember that. And never get frustrated when you gain weight. Always track your weight. That's my status update for today. I hope you have a healthy, happy weekend, and I'll check in with you on Monday and let you know how I'm feeling. But I can tell you right now, honestly, I'm feeling at least 75% better than I have felt all week and earlier last week. I mean, this virus is terrible, so keep your eye on it. That's my warning to you. And for God's sakes, if you have not gotten your flu shot, go get the flu shot. And if you are a senior citizen, 65 or older, when you go get your flu shot, ask for the extra strength flu shot for seniors. I'll see you on Monday. Stay healthy.